software servers in the Puglog channel.
Nobody knows.
In which channel, Day?
It's in the Pug login in our Discord.
Oh, it's in the Versus Discord?
Pug.
Cool.
That's why nobody knows.
Yeah. Gara's coming. So it looks like we actually have a free slot open.
We might have two, depending on War Zero.
Just a couple minutes, y'all, and we'll get started. Go ahead and get summons up on the last few that we've added. The soft reserve links are in the plug a pug channel in the Versus server.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it 3 times fast.
They might not have the invite to this one if they're newer members.
Hello.
Well, hello. fancy table.
For those that weren't in here last week, and even for those that were, we've got links up in the Discord server for the Gruul's Lair and for Mag. In the announcements, look for the Gruul and Mag as signs, and just take a little look and you can start getting a feel for positioning.
Wait, can you say again where it is?
The new one for this week is I posted it in the guides channel, Annie.
Okay, okay.
It's like we're just waiting on Scary to get here. Did you get that last summon, Scary?
Yes, he did. Thank you.
So if I don't see my name on here, am I just cat? I didn't bring my cat gear.
Do you want us to summon you back then?
Scary, do you want to do the enslave tank, or do we want to throw a Luna on that? On Ulm.
If she's here to tank it, I don't see why not.
Alright, so we will skip the enslaved demon this week, and Aluna, you'll be on X. For the boss fight, that is. Looks like we got several people outside. Let's go ahead and get zoned in. You zoned in, start getting buffs out.
"24 soft reserves in, so one missing."
Somebody not get their reserve in yet?
Yeah, Trash Panda.
Okay.
Have you done reserves on the soft reserve system before, Pander?
Where's the link for this?
If you go to our Discord, in the Plug a Pug channel, it's in there.
So we're using Galley's Discord and Galley's spreadsheet, and he's not even gonna get into the raid.
Gally has
Grow
real
up
life.
a little bit, please. He's got to get good.
Gally has some real life topics he's addressing tonight, so he's kindly letting us use both his server and his coordination beforehand.
Looks like we got buffs out, and everybody's gonna do a ready check. So when Skull comes back, we'll start pulling.
Zap, move that table back. That's gonna pull the first ad when he passes back to us. Okay, it's alright.
Everybody's ready, so as soon as Skull comes back, we're gonna pull up. Remember the tanks on the brutes, we need to face them away from the raid. Everybody, if you can, try to be within 7 yards to avoid being charged. Here we go.
Group up. Group up.
How'd that pull?
You call for aid when they get to 10% health. Maybe 20%.
Recall him doing that last week. Maybe it's because we had to pull them further back. Sorry, Scary.
I'm mad about it.
All right. For anyone who wasn't here with us, and if you have not done this fight, please put a 1 in raid chat. All right. Quick explanation of this fight. All melee is going to start on Blind Eye. When Blind Eye is done, they're going to go to Home the Summoner, then Kigler the Crazed, and so forth. We have to split each boss up because each one has a different mechanic. So Kigler is going to be tanked off. If you open up the spreadsheet link in the guides channel, you'll see a picture of how I have the strat laid out. So we kill Skull first, and then X, Square, Moon, Diamond. Moon is going to be tanked by our hunters from last week. Pretty Bird, you can tank this fight as a boomkin because he can't hex you and turn you into a frog or a sheep. But since this is your first time here, well, with this at least your first time here, I'm going to have the hunters do it from last week. Papa and Marathon. Yeah, Kigler. Square is going to be Krosh. He has to be tanked by a mage. That's going to be Nam. So Aluna, you're going to be on. Shit. I'm sorry. You're going to be on Skull. You and Daylon, or X. Daylon's going to be on Skull. You guys are going to tank them side by side. Our Warlocks, when Olm summons demons, just fear them or banish them, please. And then we hit our kill targets. That's pretty much it for those that are new to the fight. Everyone else was here this last week or has done this in the past. Any questions?
So I'm misdirecting Ohm to Aluna then.
Correct.
As you'll notice, you can actually get in position a little early, sneak around the sides. Just don't go up to, like, this is about where you can stop at as far as going forward. A little forward, but.
Nam, did you find it easier last week doing the pull yourself with a timer, or do you want a misdirect?
Well, I think yeah, it's better that way, just because that way
We
I
did
know
the
I'm in line
misdirect
too.
because of the healer aggro.
Well, can do both, but I'm gonna still. Fuck. Everyone run out, or run in.
No, run out.
Sorry about that. I guess I towed the line. It's hard to find a point where I can actually cast on him. But it is big to be able to cast on him because then I know I'm in line of sight of him.
Nam, you just said it was better to do it that way. Which way were you referring to?
Where I pull.
Hey, listen, I know Galley's not here, but it doesn't mean you should pull the boss.
There was one in honor of Galley. I think we're good now.
Alright, they're reset.
He'd be proud of us.
Electo, are you in versus medics?
I don't think so.
Okay, so real quick, Gun is healing Phoebe, Storm is healing Daylon, Leia is healing Nam, Terra Watt is healing Scary.
Aluna?
Aluna now, yep. Electo is healing the Hunter, so Marathon and Papa Zeus. I'll be on raid heal along with Mayumi. If any healers didn't call, ping me or put something in the channel. And other than that, I think we're good to go.
Appreciate that, Yanni.
Yeah, and for the good point for the new healers, I think we got all of you. Make sure you're in Versus Medics channel. If you're not, we sort of assumed everyone was there, but we'll use that for calling out healing assigns before pulls. So just make sure you know the positioning of the folks that you're primarily healing, and you should see your spot indicated on the image in the Malgar site. Most of us are going to be towards the back of the raid group. Linguini, you there?
Oh, they said in Discord power went out. Just replace me. In the enlisted chat, hashtag general.
All right, let's see what I can do. We're already here and pretty much ready. We're just going to pull this without him.
Actually, I had a suggestion. Should we have? Go ahead.
So, Day, you're not going to have a hunter to pull to you? You okay to pick up blind eye?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead, Nam, sorry.
That's it. Maybe it would be good to have everyone like back up and I can try and find the spot where I can pull without endangering other lives.
I don't think you actually can be close enough to cast to pull initially. I think.
Did it last week.
Further to the
It's
right
just-
to do that.
Mm-hmm. Further right.
Well, we can try the misdirect. I'll just try and stand in line of sight area.
Alright, let's go ahead and tanks over here by this little bone pile, smoke pile.
It's a heat vent, man.
Heat vent.
Yeah, healers, just be ready. There's a pretty heavy amount of damage that's going to come out right at the beginning. You do a pull timer?
Yeah, just waiting on Nam. Alright.
Give me a bit of extra time on the pull timer too.
I need a tank on that Fellstalker.
Someone banished from
Slave
fear.
it or something. Ancient something.
Hey, can you call kill targets for me? I can't really see what's going on out there.
Sure. The summoner is next, guys.
Casters on moon.
I'm dead.
Dalon's got the big boy.
You want to battle res, Phoebes?
No.
I'm dead. I spent like the whole time feared, so I don't know if you counted for that or not. Like I know you usually have a warlock or something do it.
Well, we've only done this one other time, and we used a warlock to with a Fellstalker to tank home.
Oh, okay.
You can do that if you prefer.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's cleaner. It'd be probably a little bit easier if we had Ellen just as a backup to pick up in case someone else goes down. She can do decent DPS in cat form, anyways. Go ahead and run out if you're still up.
That was fun touching finally for my. Good job, baby. Hey, Philip, come here.
That was pretty exciting, wasn't it, bud?
Can you rub that?
Reset, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Scary, let's have you tank with the first Fellstalker that spawns, please.
Sure.
And trash, if something else pops up, make sure you banish it. Or yep. Other than that, I think the poll actually looked pretty clean, guys. Most of the fight in this one is getting the poles off and getting the healers into the rhythm with their respective tanks.
Also, Luna, I think the main reason why you were feared is because Annie got eaten by a fellhound, so we lost her totem.
Oh, I was gonna
Yeah.
say that we do have a shaman.
Yeah, the fellhound didn't like me.
Alright, let's get fluffed up.
So the guide and Scary just said in raid chat that the range are doing Skull Square for kill order. Last week we had everyone do Skull X. What do you want us to do?
No, range was supposed to go to Crosh after Blind Eye was dead.
Yep, you want the range to get onto Krosh sooner than later because melee can't actually do anything to him because the blast wave name mentioned. So ranged after Skull should go to square. Melee after Skull should go to X. Whichever dies first. If casters kill square, then we help with Ohm. Otherwise, we will both hopefully finish around the same time and head to Kigler and then finish with Viking. At least that's how I remember it.
Yeah, that's the way it was supposed to be last week, but I think I can't see what's going on with having him in my face. So Galley probably made a different call than was supposed to be assigned.
Okay.
But we'll do it the way it's written in the guide and how Scary's got it posted.
Okay, first Fellhound, Scary is enslaving, and then second one, Trash is banishing. What are we doing with the third one if we get one?
I'll banish it.
Okay.
And really it should be I'll enslave the first, Trash enslave the second, I'll banish the third, Trash banish fourth.
Do you feel comfortable doing that, Trash?
Yeah, I can enslave.
Alright,
Does it have specific skills that I should be using on a specific boss?
No, if you just sick it on Ohm, that's all I need to do.
Okay, X.
Yep.
Okay.
So who has the first enslave?
Me.
Okay.
Everybody was ready, so here's a pull timer. Here we go.
I think someone dispelled his shield. So I'm dead.
Run out if you can. We need Nim to be able to get that shield, so dispelling it's bad.
Yeah, it was Huck's Arcane Shot.
What about Arcane Shot?
Don't use it.
Dispels the shield on that we need to spell steal.
Just don't use it this fight. Or at least just never use it on square.
They are reset.
Also, Aluna, on the start of the pull, if you can, just hit Olm a couple of times. It takes a moment to get the demon actually enslaved and back onto him. So if you could just hold him for like the first 5-10 seconds.
Yeah, I can do that.
Once everybody gets in here in range, we'll start buffing up. Try it again.
We res Leia, but she got thrown back to the graveyard, so give her just a second to get here, and if someone can hit her with spot buffs. It's okay, it's new content. You know, this game hasn't been out for very long.
Ship it, bugs and all.
Multi-dollar company.
Indeed.
Everybody's ready. Let's go ahead and get in position. Do a full timer, and then we're going to give this another shot.
Randy needs to respect personal space.
5, 4, 3.
You're in Randy's space.
Here we go. I'm dead.
Stay in, run out. What's the call?
Run out.
All right, we picked up Penny as another healer in
All right.
Linguini's spot, so also another set of pally buffs will not be a bad thing. Go ahead and make sure everyone's grouped back up for that too.
I had Electo doing salve on DPS with Kings on tanks. Penny, if you want, if you can do Might on tanks and Kings on the rest of the raid, please. And do you have a heal target for him?
Yep, already assigned.
Thanks, sir.
Just one more thing, in general. Square does a blast wave basically throughout the fight, so if at any point you find yourself within like 30 yards of him, get away. Totally avoidable damage, just don't ever be near Square.
Okay, I'm ready.
Penny, you ready? Alright, full timer.
Five, four, three,
Here we go.
1.
Ranged are going to Square, melee are going to X.
Daylon, if your target's down, come build threat on King.
I could use some help healing the Fellstalker, please. Shit's crazy.
I'm gonna enslave the new one.
Okay.
Trash got it. Perfect.
I'm down.
Need tank on hiking. Casters help finish X. Heals on Daylon on hiking. All DPS finishing Moon.
Do we need a battle res at all?
Save it.
Back out.
Keep Daylon up.
Can we have wisdom?
If you haven't popped, let's go ahead and pop that.
Nice recovery.
Good.
Big.
Day, do you have to stay in that whirlwind when you're tanking him?
Yeah, because he moves.
Oh.
So when you move away from him while he's whirlwinding, he still follows you and continues to whirlwind.
Nice job, guys. 75% of that fight is just getting a clean pull. Then it's pretty easy.
And Mayumi, I overlooked your name, sorry. That's gonna help.
Congrats, gun.
Congrats.
Big rolls right there. You guys really want it.
That's some versus rolls right there.
Yep. Alright, looks like Pretty Bird. Congrats, buddy.
Nope.
Oh, Dara comes in for the
Oh,
steal.
Dara with the snipe. Congrats, Dara. Hey, can you mark those up? I gotta reload my UI. I'm not able to right click them. Thank you. Galen Skull, Aluna take square, and pull them back this way a little bit, see if we can avoid falling some extras.
Here we go.
Stack behind X.
Leia, Zephania, Stormveil.
This one may call the second bird in when he yells, so be ready to pick it up.
Stack up, everybody. Scary, can you DE for me?
Of course.
Sir.
Oh, that was sneaky. Try and stealth, give him a whale. He might forget to link.
Hey, I asked if you could DE. That's all. That's it. All right, on this, I'll grab Skull, pull him away. Daylon X, square, please. Let's go. Everybody stack up on Skull's butt, please.
Move X out of the corner that it's in. It's out of line of sight. There we go.
Take Skull over here to the left, X to the right, put Square in the center, and everybody stack up on Square so we can avoid the cleave on both sides. Here we go.
They should be.
Should we separate them more, Scary?
Less.
Yeah. Stack them right on top of each other and have the tanks stand on top of each other for next time.
All right, if you go back to the Google document and click on the Gruul tab down at the bottom.
It's 18.
Yeah, slash range 18.
Just one note. Let's have everyone inside the doorway first.
If you haven't done this fight, or you haven't done this fight in quite a long time, put one in chat for me, please.
We're changing groups just a little bit, so just bear with for a second.
So me, Daylon, need to be 1 and 2 on threat at all times because he has a hurtful strike that he's going to cast every 20 seconds. Gruul has an ability called Reverberation, where he's going to silence the entire raid or anyone near him within for 4 seconds. There's also going to be AoE damage that is going to come from something called Cave-In. It's also affected by Gruul's damage buff. It is counts as physical damage, so you can use things like putting a shield on as a warrior, enter fire if you're a priest, and so on. During the fight, he's going to have an ability called Ground Slam, which is going to be a knockback for everybody in range. And then we're going to be infected with Lord's Grasps, which is a stacking debuff after the Ground Slam that's going to reduce our movement speed by 20%, stacks 5 times, and afterwards we're going to become stone. Once we've all been stunned, Gruul's going to cast Shatter, so this is where the range check comes in handy. You want to try to be as far away from everybody as you can, and you don't want more. You can have one other person in your range, but you want to keep it very minimal for the healers so they don't have to spend a lot of healing to keep everybody topped off. So after the Ground Slam, everybody gets thrown away. Try your best to move away from other people and be by yourself. That's where the pie chart comes in handy in the Google Doc. So we split up the room into 5 sections, as you can see, and we want to keep every group in those sections so that way when you get thrown, to keep spacing apart. When you get thrown, it's going to be hard to kind of maintain, but just try your best to getting out of, the way of other people. Yeah, during the knockback in the stacking debuff that slows you, it's a clusterfuck. You just have to try to do the best you can.
Okay, real quick, I'm gonna do a couple of changes for the healer call since we've got 2 more people than we originally had assigned. So let's have Penny and Electo and Mayumi on the tanks. Let's have the rest are going to be primarily on raid heals. Gun, if you can take group 2, Leia group 4, Terra group 5. We also, just as a note, have the issue that we don't really mix the melee and the ranged as far as groups that they're in. So the guide assumes that everyone in your party is a mix of healers, melee, and ranged, which is not the case. So we're going to ask for the melee. I think you guys were all here before, except for maybe Aluna. So just make sure that you're stacking up in those pairs close to the boss in quadrants for group 3, group 4, and group 5. For the healers, Electo and Penny, if you guys can stay in the area assigned for group 1 because you're going to be with the tanks anyways. Mayumi, go ahead and take the group 2 healing spot. You'll be probably there with Gotems as far as next to each other in that quadrant. And the rest can kind of spread out. So Hackles and Scary in group 5 if you guys want to shade towards group 1 area. And in group 4, Dara, you can shade towards group 3 a little bit if need be. One quick question, would it be helpful for those that are new if we just did one setup in the room before Gruul, where everyone's in the right spot?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll definitely save at least 1 wipe because of this and make everyone feel a little more comfortable. So Huck or Mal, can one of you go and throw a pet in the middle of the room, and that can be Gruul for the setup. We're going to use the directional compass, so north on here is going to face towards the top of the room that Gruul is actually in. So Sham is jumping towards the north section, so this is going to be the top space where group 1 is focused. And then it'll move clockwise in the circle.
Yes, this area is smaller than the actual room is, just to get an idea.
You like what you see, Annie?
Yeah, I think range looks pretty good for most people. Melee, you guys are a little bit clustered, but as long as you're in the 3 groups, I think we'll be okay, and it's a lot easier to spread out on the actual Gruul fight. So, okay, let's go ahead and run with that. The biggest note is just as you're getting knocked into the air by his abilities, pick a direction that's not towards anyone else. Some of you that are in the back towards the group 1, group 2 sections, there are a couple little cubby holes you can hop in if you need to spread out from people. We'll wait until a couple of the shatters are gone by, and if things are stable, we'll probably pop lust on the 3rd or 4th shatter. Kind of see how the DPS is going. So again, everyone just make sure you're back inside. The gate will close, and if you're outside, then that's all she wrote for this fight for your attempts.
If you're outside the gate, you're frosted.
I hope he's having a good birthday.
Buff rock, anyone?
Do both warlocks have the same health stone?
I have 2 of 2. So no.
Do you have different health stones?
Yep.
Both would be really good then, please.
Alright, everyone's ready? Go ahead and start a pull timer.
I'll misdirect Phoebe first.
Here we go. Ground slam in 5.
Please, no bubbles on warriors.
Four, three, two, one.
Okay, get back into position. Who has B-Reses available?
Aluna.
Burn.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Annie, you can make that call for Reses.
Yeah, we'll wait for now. Okay. After the next chatter, if I call for it, Aluna, find Trash and Pretty Burner if you can get Hackles.
Storm has one too. He just typed it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, go ahead. Storm, grab Scary if you can.
I'm down.
Heals on Day.
Don't.
Gara's gonna take the spiteful, hateful, hurtfuls.
Still go with those same B reses.
I would save them.
No, save.
Keep going, but save them.
Frost is gonna be
Frost,
taking
throw a
them now.
shield up if you can.
Next is gonna be Gotems. Good luck. That looks like Luna's the one taking them.
Yeah, Gotems keeps moving out of melee range to avoid them.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Huge, keep it up, guys.
He's gonna one-shot me. Yeah, soon.
Wipe it up. Really solid attempt there.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yep, nice job. Gun, let's have you switch to tank healing after like the second shatter, because the damage just continues to grow throughout the course of the fight. So I think they're okay with the healers we got at the beginning. We'll have to potentially sacrifice some of the raid as we get later on in the fight if they're taking too much damage from the shatter. But let's make sure we keep the tanks up.
Yeah, we get to 11 stacks. All ranged in melee DPS are on their own. They need to pop health stones, health pots, bandage, because it's just too much of an output for the healers to heal everybody.
Yep. I think I saw most of the classes were doing so, but if you are a class that has a speed enhancing mechanic or skill of some kind, don't be afraid to use that. In fact, you probably should after the shatters. If it's on a longer cooldown, you could wait until one of the later ones, because again, the damage ramps as the fight goes on further. Do be careful if you're a mage with blink. I think most of you have been in here before, but don't blink into a group or someone else. So just know where you're going if you're going to actually use blink. But the speed enhancers are good. Okay, we still have a couple B-reses as well.
I think I'm the only one who used it. And it was like right as Phoebe died.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, a part of this on this fight is honestly that the fewer people, the easier it is for those that are still up to avoid taking additional damage. We certainly don't want to lose a lot of any group DPS casters or DPS healers or tanks, but if we only have 1 or 2 down, it's not the worst thing to have a little bit of extra space in the room.
Yeah, what Papa said, wisdom is so huge here. If it's possible, please.
Okay. Yeah, if one of the tank healers dies, Gun will have you swap over right away. So, if any of the healers, Electo, Penny, or I think Mayumi, we've got you. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Mayumi, we've got you on the tanks. If one of you dies, just ping Gun so that he knows he's got to jump over. Yeah, really good attempt though. We got him pretty far already for not having burned a lot of cooldowns. I think this time's going to be a kill. So let's go ahead and use your consumes. Everyone inside the doorway, please.
Everybody's ready? Full timer?
Here we go.
Spread out. Looks like there's a fair bit of space to the north of him. If we can have a couple of the casters move over that direction a bit.
Spread looks pretty good.
Four, three, two, one.
Pretty good. Pretty bird, go and get Scary back up.
Your wisdom, please. Thank you.
Four, three, two, one.
tank healer down.
Yep, gun, pick up the tanks if you can.
Four, three, two, one. Four, three, two, one. Four, three, two, one.
There's too many people standing still when that happens. Like, you can't just assume other people are gonna move.
No gotems.
everybody a hug. I'll swipe it up.
3, 2, 1.
Yep, wanted to give everyone as many chances as possible to see the shatters as they can. So yeah, as Huck mentioned, when he throws everyone up, in general, if you're anywhere towards the back of the room, you need to get all the way to the wall, because even if you're fine, the people on the inside of the room may need the space that you're then vacating to get to the edge. And then same thing all the way around. So generally, if you're stuck in the very middle, you're probably going to have to stay there and jockey for a position a little bit. But we need to use the entire content of the room and get all the way to the edges, to make sure that we're avoiding the shatters. That was, again, good attempt in general. The next time I think is definitely setting up for a kill. We lost on that run 6 people during the second shatter, and so I think some of it's RNG based, obviously, but we've got to help each other out as a raid to make sure we're clearing space for each other. Great job healing through the enrage mechanics as he kept growing that one. But with this next time, as long as we can get some good runs the first couple of shatters, we'll pop up Bloodlust after the second or third one, and should be in line for a kill.
Yep, good stuff. Just to reiterate, if you are in the dead center, you're going to need to play around just the other people that are in the dead center. If you're anywhere near the outside edge, you should move towards the edge. If you're kind of in the middle of those two, then you kind of need to get, positioned in the middle of the people who are on the edge and the people who are stuck in the center. It's all a cooperative thing. You can't assume anybody's going to move, and you also can't assume anybody's not going to move. You just kind of have to look at what people are doing and adjust accordingly as best you can. There is an element of randomization as far as where you get thrown, but generally speaking, you should stay relatively in the quadrant that you're in, so those are the people you most likely will need to move around, but again, that's not guaranteed. There is an element of random as to where you get tossed, so just do your best. But one more time, dead center, you may need to stay relatively still. If you're in the middle, you want to cheat towards the outside, but not all the way. If you find yourself on the outside wall immediately, that's great. That's probably where you need to stay, and just look at who's on the right or left of you. As long as you survive the first 2 or 3 shatters, like if we have no deaths by the 3rd shatter, it's really hard to wipe after that, to be honest.
Yep, two other hacks you can use. The first is on your minimap. If you zoom in so that the map is basically covering the area of Gruul's room, you actually can see kind of visually who's near you. That gives you a little bit of an advantage. Also, you can throw your camera so that it's basically a purely vertical view when he tosses you up in the air, and that'll also let you see a little bit better who's in which direction around you and where people are moving towards. That's a good general approach.
But good stuff. Let's kill him this time.
Yeah, the second one was bad. I know everyone that got thrown to the middle, about 5 of us landed on top of each other, so there was... Yeah, again, there's some RNG, we know. Just gotta kind of pick a direction and start running it, and then adjust slightly if other people are going the same space you are. Everyone inside the room. Okay.
Hold on, there's some buffs and still need to go out.
Yep. Yeah, we'll wait for ready calls. Okay.
Yeah, guns right. Wisdom for sure.
Yep. Can we get wisdom instead of salve on the healers, please? Also, note for the mana classes, make sure you use a potion early, somewhere probably second shatter or so. Give you time to get cooldown again for the later part of the fight when you need it most. Alright.
Alright, everybody's ready. We got buffs sorted out.
Hunter's still salve.
I would prefer you guys had salve, but
Never gonna pull threat.
alright, one last ready check.
Five, four, three,
Here we go.
one. Four, three, two, one.
Go ahead for heroism if you haven't.
Four, three, two, one.
My B res is up now, by the way.
Get scary. Do we have any battle reses left?
I think Stormy and Mayumi.
Still on pick up Terra.
Wait until after the shatter. Only ever battle res directly following a shatter. The less people alive during the shatter, the easier it is to spread.
Four, three, two, one.
Be res Terra. Alright, pump him, guys.
Four, three, two, one.
Pop cooldowns. Healers focus the tanks.
Four, three, two, one.
Nice shot.
Nice. Good kill.
Just a bunch of crappy mail gear.
Who even uses that?
I don't know.
Just a
Red Selecto.
Thank you.
just a comment for the setup next time. If you're a range DPS and you've got the range, try to stand in the back section and leave the middle for the healers if possible. Just a little bit easier for them to get into range of more people for that.
Just to note, also for hunters, it sucks being in the north half because the pet will be out of range of kill command, like
Gun, do you need a summon still?
He's getting a shoulder enchant. He needs just a moment.
Ah, okay, cool.
Need one clicker at this time.
Congrats, Gun.
Hey, congrats.
Alright, looks like everybody's here. Let's go ahead and get buffs out on those that have us that died, and we'll move up.
Still need one more reserve for Magtheridon. And I believe it is you, Pender.
Yeah, it's Trash Panda and Stormville. Actually, ZD's is extra.
Dave, you could still mark for me. I still can't get right clicks to work even after reloading.
Storm, if it's locked, if you and Trash just want to put the items in raid chat, we can note them that way.
Daylon can also unlock it.
Okay, that would work too.
Yeah, it should be unlocked now. It's the same place the first one was, Pander. It's just right under it.
All right, on these Hellfire Warders, once we pull them, we need, I'm going to assign some interrupts to people. They have an AoE Shadow Volley that needs to get interrupted as soon as you see it because it just deals massive rate damage. I'll be on Skull, Daylon on X, Illuminadora on Square. Backup interrupt, let's have Gera on Skull, Frost on Square, and let's put Huck on X, along with Gotems. Papa and Marathon, if you guys could, let's have Papa target Skull for an interrupt in case mine and Garrus is both on cooldown. Marathon, same with you. You'll be the third back interrupt for Square.
Okay.
Since these are technically question mark mobs, can they be stunned? Because I don't have an interrupt.
I think last time we could stun them, but now I don't remember.
Okay.
We're gonna back up a tiny bit because the pat is coming through.
They also have an unstable affliction. Healers don't dispel it. It does lots of damage when you dispel. Let's go ahead and get this first pull out of the way. We'll pull them back up this way to avoid the patrol impacts.
Says they're immune to my stun.
Yeah, I'm immune to mine as well.
Yep.
Move out of the fire, guys. It's not friendly fire. It ticks for 3k. It will kill you.
Do you want to grab these?
Yep, grab these.
Get them.
Move out of fire.
Pick a side, any side, doesn't matter.
Scary says left.
There you go.
Range, try to spread out. It'll minimize the number of people that actually get hit by the fire when it drops.
Tanks, you need to move out of the fire as well when it drops. That was fine, to be clear. I was just already saying it when it dropped.
Need to go back to the other one.
They're over here as well.
When we start combat here, just make sure that you move to the top of the ramp.
Ready?
Yep. We can all come inside the doorway.
Yeah, the fight doesn't actually start until you enter combat with one of the channelers, so just be careful not to hit them.
It's like I have to reload.
Yep, everyone inside the doorway now, please. Come all the way into the room.
He's DC, just give him a moment.
No problem.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if someone's DC, that's okay. Just
All right. So during phase one of this fight, Mac Therodon's going to be inactive for 2 minutes. We got to go around the room and kill as many of these Hellfire channelers as we can before he engages. Have to interrupt Shadow Volley and Dark Mending. Dark Mending is going to heal them for quite a bit, and Shadow Bolt Volley is going to hit everybody within, I think it's 40-yard range of the channeler. Once one of them dies, it's gonna cast soul transfer, and the other Hellfire channelers are gonna gain 20% increased size and damage and casting speed by 30%. Need to use Fear and Banish on burning abyssals that are gonna spawn across the room. Once the 2 minutes is over, Mac Therodon's going to engage. We need to continue burning down whatever Hellfire channelers remain while dealing with Mac Therodon at the same time. He's going to have an AoE conflagration that everyone needs to try to avoid. Every 50 seconds during the fight, he's going to cast Quake, which will knock us all up for 7 seconds into the air. Every 60 seconds during the fight, Mag is going to cast an ability called Blast Nova. We have to immediately interrupt it by having 5 different people at these little cubes that are around the room that the Hellfire channelers are using. And once you click it, don't move, don't click anything else, just allow it to go through. That's going to happen every 60 seconds throughout the fight, and once you cast it one time, you're going to be put on a 1 minute and 30-second cooldown. So you're not going to be able to cast it again. So we'll have to have a couple of groups of backups for this. Phase 3 happens when Mag reaches 30% health. Everyone's going to instantly take 6,000 damage, and we're all going to be stunned for 2 seconds. So we need to try to make sure before we push to 30%, we get his last Blast Nova out of the way before we go. During Phase 3, we just continue interrupting Blast Nova, because if not, we'll get one shot by the AoE. Then there's also a mechanic where he has an AoE ceiling collapse on the floor, and we need to avoid that as well during Phase 3. Any questions about that part of the fight?
Might want to reiterate the casting mechanic for clicking cubes.
If you look at the Google document that we have and you click on the back of the Aerodon tab, it has everything listed, and we also have the groups of how we're going to do cube clicking. So the cube clicking is like getting a pet, or entering a vehicle, or doing the orb in Blackwing Lair. Once you click it, there's a delay before it takes effect, so that's why you can't move, because if you click it and move or do anything else, you're going to put yourself on the 1 minute and 30-second timer, and you won't be able to interrupt it, and we'll have to have a backup. So that's why we need to make sure that once you click the cubes, you don't do anything else until after the Blast Nova's been interrupted. I've seen a bunch of different strats where people do it before he casts Blast Nova, but with the double Blast Nova bug, we had decided we would want to wait until it started channeling. But if that bug's fixed, I don't think we need to do that at this point, Scary. Is that correct?
Yeah, we shouldn't need to. The only thing is we should hold DPS at 35%, wait for a blast wave before pushing to 30.
I agree. So once he starts the cast time for Blast Nova, we're going to have 5 people, or each cube group, go ahead and click the cube so we can interrupt that and avoid taking any unnecessary damage. So group 1 of clickers is going to be Pretty Bird, Aluna, Mayumi, Huck, and Marathon. Second group is going to be Papa Zeus, Zap, Nambro, Dara, Hackles. Cube group 3 is going to be Pinaparu, Knit, Gotems, Scary, and Trash Pander. Group 4 will be Frost, Garrett, Garanta, Terawatt, Gun, and Leah.
So each cube is like what it's labeled as right now. So I would be hitting the X cube, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And that goes with for Zap, Knit, Gara, Gun. You guys will all be on the X cube over there to the left of us from the door.
How long is the cast time for that Blast Nova?
It's like 2 or 3 seconds.
Oh, really? So that's not very long.
It's also, if I'm correct, it's a cast up and then a cast down?
Correct.
Correct.
If you could go ahead and stand next to the cube that you are required to click throughout the fight. Double check that you've got 4 with you. Well, you as well as 3 other people. Take mental note of where in the room your cube is in relation to the door and the back of the room, because the channelers will be killed, so you won't have the marks on the ground. To help you find it, you need to know which cube is yours.
Which cube is 3?
Where?
Nope.
We'll
That's not how it works. If you're in cube group 3, your target is on the right of this assignment sheet, right? So Penny would be skull, Knit would be X, Gotems would be square, Scary would be moon, and Trash would be star.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yep. So make sure you know, first of all, which group you are, second of all, which mark is yours, and third, where that mark's cube is in relation to the rest of the features of the room, because you won't have the marks for reference when it comes time to click.
You want us, after the one person goes and we're next, do you want us to sort of get closer if we can to that? Get ready?
Yeah, possible. We're missing Gun at the moon cube.
Missing a lot of people at star.
Gun should be at X.
Need a hack.
The healer column.
Gun is on the list twice.
The healer column is not an assignment.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
not an assignment. Not sure why it's there, to be honest.
How many of these do you think we'll have to do?
13?
So at Star, we should have Leah, Gun, Terawatt, Garanta, or no, I'm sorry. At Star, we should have Leah, Trash Pander, Hackles, and Marathon. Missing Hackles over here at Star.
So we also have Hackle set to interrupt star, or square, but click at star, and me the opposite. Do we want to swap that?
No, because you're just going to interrupt while we're fighting the channelers. You can't do any clicking while the channelers are active. And Mags, they won't be able for us to click until Mags actually released after the 2 minutes. The point of getting to where these cubes are and stars in relation to the marks is so you know what your surroundings are. Once those marks are no longer there for us to view. So Hackles, please come over here to star.
Nope. I'm just going to remove the healer column. I'm not sure why it's there. It's just causing confusion.
I don't know. You'd have to ask Gally. He didn't specify to me why that was there.
I'll tell him I deleted it.
X looks good. Square is good.
Regarding the clicking, I want to be very, very clear about this. Are we clicking after his cast is completed or before?
Before.
After the cast up is completed, but before the cast down is completed.
So that's what I thought also. Like as he's casting, everybody gets ready to click. Once the cast up is complete, everybody clicks. Is that what everybody's agreeing on?
Yeah.
Because the way y'all were talking before, you were saying to click to interrupt the cast before it completed, and that's what causes the bug.
Which they fixed.
Which they fixed. Well, if we do it and it causes a double blast nova, then we'll know.
Yeah, good point, Nam.
Does anybody have any questions about the cube clicking or positions for this?
Nope.
Luna, can you tank square?
Yep.
From the at the start. Frost, I'm gonna have you just throw a shield on for Skull since that's the first burn target. And I'm gonna go to Moon, and if we can, let's see. Can we misdirect Star to me, and then Dalon, once X is dead, come pull Star off of me?
All right, we'll do. I'll do the MD.
And then Frost, once Skull's dead, you can go back to DPS.
Okay.
Who's he gonna do the mistrike?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Yep, so that's phase 2 stuff as far as clicking and stuff. In phase 1, of course, we're just handling the 5 channelers and should be DPS single target in order. Skull X, Square, Moon, Star. Yeah.
Correct. And then nobody should be in range of the channelers that are back here, Moon and Star. So we shouldn't have to worry about them being interrupted. We definitely need to make sure we interrupt the ones that we're on, and as DPS kills them at their stations, we'll interrupt them as we go around the room. So with having multiple people moving from left to right, or clockwise, there should be no reason that one of those casts will get off. And that's the... Yeah, now let's just tank them where they stand. And let DPS run to each channeler. See if we can do better than we did last week.
Trash, at the start of the fight, if you can put up elements, I'll handle tongues on the channelers.
Yep.
Also, you aren't starting next to your cube.
Yeah, we're killing Skull.
Correct. Just the tank for each channeler and a healer for them should be near the other cubes. Everyone else should start at Skull.
All right, everybody's ready. Let's get a pull timer.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm dead.
Heal Frost.
Interrupts.
So I don't want to overstep too much here, but the people that are interrupting do need to be with their channelers as well.
Okay. Well, we figured last week that they were that you could outrange the Shadow Bolt. So that's the reason why I had said it that way. But if you think they should be with their channelers, and we'll put the ones who are interrupting the targets on them.
I mean, aren't we interrupting the Dark Mending?
Shadow Bolt Volley and Dark Mending.
That Shadow Volley hurts.
Yeah, I would imagine it's just Shadow Bolt on the ones that were on, but Dark Mending on the others. I mean, both on the ones we're on, of course.
All I heard was dogs barking.
Also, who's Megumi supposed to be healing?
She's back up on tank heals.
So Scary, for the mages that are assigned for interrupting, would it be better for them to let Shadow Bolt Volley go through and then go focus on Dark Mending?
Well, it depends on our positioning. If we're all in the front of the room and everybody is out of range, except for the people who are at those specific channelers, then, you know, you'd focus the healing. But if people are in the center of the room, if people are closer to the channelers, then the Shadow Bolt Volley. Because if people take, like, one Shadow Bolt Volley is not going to kill you. It's like 1 to 2k damage, depending. But if you take multiple Shadow Bolt Volleys in quick succession, you're going to die. Right. So healing really only needs to be interrupted on the
Huge.
on the current kill target.
Gotcha. Let's get buffs up. Consume.
All right, so healers, just a sec. We're gonna swap this a little bit. Okay, so we changed some of the healer assigns for the first phase. So please note that. So Leia and Mayumi are going to be on Frost. He's going to be taking a little bit more damage as he's not fully prospect. Electo, you're on Day. Storm, you're on Aluna. And Gunn and Penny both take Phoebe. He's going to be taking more damage because he's going to have 2 adds with him for phase 1.
Hey Zap, you're going to be an additional interrupt on X, so you head over there from the start. What's up, Leah?
Okay, so Nam, you're gonna get interrupts on Star. And Dara on Moon.
Hold on, I'm interrupting Moon in phase 1 now?
Yeah. Right, so I think, so Gara's on Skull, Zap is on X, Hackles is on Square, Dara's on Moon, and Nam is on Star for phase 1 interrupts.
In the beginning?
Yeah, in the beginning.
Yeah, in the start. And to some of the comments earlier, the interrupt is only important on the heal if it's in the area of the target that we're actually killing. Otherwise, focus on the dark mending if it's being tanked away from the kill target.
Incredible volley, rather.
Or yeah, that's what I meant. Okay.
Here goes a full timer. Alright, then misdirect.
Yep.
Star again.
2, 1.
I don't have a healer over on Square.
Sham's got it.
Go, Terrawat. No worries at all. Go.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I gotta go, my bad.
Yep, leave. Go, girl.
Hopefully all well, man. All right, we're gonna call this here. Not much progress has been made, and it's good for us to get to see this fight. Really look forward to seeing what we can do next week with our guild.